Sumatra have arrested some eremites who snuck into the city. Let's go to the academia.
too slow.
Conquering demons is what I do.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Lament! Here! Worthless!
Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
Boing, boing, boom! Jumpy, jumpy, go! Da-da-da!
Here! Boring!
Everybody stand!
Evil conquering! Here! Worthless!
Feeling
lucky today.
Happy to oblige. Happy to oblige. Happy to oblige.
You are not welcome here. Let's end this now.
I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
I swear by my sword. Things are about to get done.
Time for a light show.
Another
Here for a dance. A festive reprise. Go as planned. Steady as stone.
Quietly now. Dance with me! The show's only just begun. Gotcha. Catch this!
Didn't count.
Here comes the catch. Wind, hear me.
Fire hazard.
That's close enough. Another test. Try.
Go Bishop down. I must leave no stone unturned, as a good knight should.
Your coming was foretold. By the eternal oasis! Dance with me!
The show's only just begun.
Steady as stone.
Not done yet.
Go as one.
Bloom as a flower!
Happy to oblige.
Where do you think you're going? Law of the
Go as
jungle.
one.
Where do you think you're going?
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You've been a naughty boy.
Mind the side effects. A new
Try
job.
not to enjoy this too.
You're open.
Witness the power.
Seems like an emergency.
You're in for a little...
The statue was sealed. Rain outlines your fate.
Surrender and be gentle.
Rain cutter.
Taking a turn for the better. Mind the side effects. A bitter pill to swallow.
No, my sword.
You're in for a little shock.
Time to act.
Mind the side effects.
Come a little closer. You're... Try not to enjoy this.
Seems like an emergency.
This is long overdue.
Sight clear. Come at me. Scanning.
Let me weave you.
Feast your eyes. Sight clear. Come at me.
Not good. Witness the power.
Sight clear.
gonna be...
Ah, you're here. Sorry, I was just about to send someone to inform you.
What did you find out?
Well, lots of unexpected details. Like the mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as Sachin and they took the bait. But then it starts to get messy. During the interrogation, we learned that they were hired by Sachin's own child.
What? Why would someone want to kidnap their own father?
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, apparently the guys we caught are just the tip of the iceberg. We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and round them all up.
Sure, let's go get to the bottom of all this. sure this is the right place. Something feels off.
I'm positive. But I don't understand why they're all unconscious on the ground.
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here. You want the real culprit? It's this guy. He hired us to kidnap Sachin.
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
With who? Who did this?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches. After that, some guy wearing green came along and interrogated us for a bit.
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. Jawan, if you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them. When you're done, I'm arresting.
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree life, not giving a second thought for my welfare. As if that's not bad enough already, he wouldn't put his entire fortune in the care of the academia. Along, that's my inheritance. By rights. You expect me to... Of course! Didn't he say he would be here somewhere, watching the championship from the shadows? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. No, the old fart knows how to stay hidden. I'll give him that. He's probably cooped up somewhere watching all this go on and laughing to himself. I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. Diadem of Knowledge. You mean that thing he donated to the academia? Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. He sold a lot of assets to purchase it back in the day. Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. For example, sometimes we'd hear... Also, before donating it to the academia, he once shut himself in that same storeroom and something was already seriously wrong with him by that point. Nothing he did shocked me.
What do you mean, something wrong with him?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. When he finally did return, he was a changed person. He would mumble incomprehensibly and write essays day and night. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, he went out somewhere and took his written essays with him. When he got back, he signed his contract with the academia. Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point. Perhaps the man we called Sachin was a demon from the desert who was wearing his skin.
Okay, you can stop now.
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. But if you do see Sachin, tell him this for me. Whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be garbage.
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Thanks for Do you still have any lingering concerns?
Yeah! Al-Haytham's notes do mention that item.
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into this matter. Understood.
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back to the venue.
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you. The third round's already started.
We were out capturing some bad guys who wanted to kidnap Sachin. But that's not important right now. We think...
The diadem? That seems unlikely. The Diadem of Knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last 2 decades, always without incident. Why has this come up now? This is pretty serious. Let me think. Okay, here's the situation. The Diadem is in the 3rd round. Contestants have to go into Mount Deima Forest. Considering how close the scores are between our contestants, whoever wins this round is very likely to be the winner of the whole competition. As such, I suspect competition to be very fierce. I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please.
All right, let's go. That's weird. The locator stopped working.
Useless.
Uh-oh. This place looks empty. Did someone already take it? Well...
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
That guy enters the fray.
Horizon's device has gone haywire.
The competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
It's Kaveh's toolbox! Throwing the diadem to its owner!
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me.
What just happened to me?
Something's wrong.
At long last, someone to inherit my estate, and with it, my research. Come, Kaveh. Come to me, my child.
How do you know my name?
I am Sachin. Well, to be precise, I am but a fragment of Sachin's mind. Fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. We meet for the first time, children. You have all performed outstandingly in this Interdashon Championship. But if I were to choose a successor, I would...
Me?
Why, yes. Both of us have the misfortune to be 28 years ago. I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you conflict over water sources? The things I witnessed there tormented me greatly.
So, did you find a way?
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use Vahumana knowledge to find the answer. I researched history and anthropology, performed countless experiments on human nature, and even sought out the scholars living deep in the desert who called themselves the Lost Darshan. But in the end, I found that the answer I sought simply did not exist. It was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions to any one party, for the sins are carved into humanity's very nature. Our nature begets conflict, and conflict begets destruction. This is the inexorable truth. The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I discovered was that history offers no such guidance. Things can only ever go from bad to worse. After this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had ever learned. Consumed by an overwhelming sense of emptiness, I could no longer bear to face life. And so, I decided to bring my life to an end. But before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this diadem, which has the ability to preserve part of one's consciousness. Into it, I placed my experiences before requesting that the academia manage my estate.
As I thought, the contract you signed with the academia was in essence your will. But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel the need to do this?
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning human nature. You may regard this as the very last experiment of them all. The academia has no shortage of genius talents, nurturing the brightest minds of every generation.
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people.
Huh?
But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist may be incapable of following through on your wishes after inheriting your wealth.
You are highly intelligent, yet you are not the sort of person who would understand my line of thinking. To me, this is also part of the experiment. Part of my investigation, whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, or succumbs to I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. I regret the unbearable weight of it, and this, Kaveh, my dear child, is why you will be a—
You're absolutely certain that you want to give me everything you owned? For me to do with as I please?
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Kaveh, and complete the journey that I could not. Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering? Or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at our...
I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them. I guess that'll be the end of that.
Kaveh.
Are you all right? Any physical discomfort?
I'm fine. Thanks, Tainari. Don't worry about me.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Kaveh.
Kaveh may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the task prior to that. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. Points-wise, as the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, for the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that it is your intention to donate all of Sachin's wealth?
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Rejecting the world will achieve nothing.
All right. As the scribe, I will make a record of this incident on file. The sages will contact you in person for details on how exactly Sachin's estate is to be used.
That sounds fine. I don't know if his research findings were right, but what I do know is that by ending this here, no contestants will have to suffer. We won't be the last. There will be more championships to come. Sachin's words can only cause pain. We're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and arrogant. It's the least I can do.
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice and idealism that many aspire to. I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. Nevertheless, your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech.
What? Please. I don't need your insincere praise. Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the competition, not...
Congratulations, Kaveh. Also, you'll need to prepare for the award ceremony.
Looks like the ceremony will be held at the main venue. Let's head over and check it out!
Useless.
Thank you all for your excellent performance. Finally, it gives me great pleasure to invite our champion, Kaveh. Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem as well as presenting them with their award. However, we have just received word that Kaveh has inherited Sachin's estate and made the decision to donate it all to charitable causes.
Sachin?
So much Mora.
Kaveh's generosity will give many struggling families the chance, of course, without the diadem and prize money to present. This makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected. Would you like to say a few words, Kaveh?
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won, even though I'd say luck played a big part in that. As for why I want to give the Mora away, anyway, this isn't really the time and place for such weighty and complicated topics.
Oh, Kaveh, just one moment. While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. Please take this limited edition Genius Invocation TCG card. Additionally, your champion status will be logged in your record. This means that the sages will give priority consideration to any future project proposals you submit.
All right, I'll take the card.
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over. Let's give our champion Kaveh one last big
I still don't really get it. The sum of Mora would have been in...
That just means you're not strange enough to understand the way that geniuses think.
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving speeches, but...
Do you mean that you're still exhausted?
I suppose...
So you're gonna give it to him? But if it's a rare one, you should be able to make a tidy sum of Mora off it.
Why would I do that? It's of no use to me whatsoever.
Whoa, whoa! This is a super big deal!
Huh? But I was gonna rest for a while longer. Hey, stop pulling my hair!
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness. Next on the agenda...
What you looking at, Sino?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin issue.
Well, they gave me this limited edition Genius...
But it's a limited edition.
What else would I do with it?
But it's limited edition.
Oh, that's not what I meant at all. Yes,
All right. But now that I realized... How about this?
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
1 million more at the very least.
Huh? How much?
1 million more?
If you feel that's too low, I can go a little higher.
1 million more for a card?
Not every card is this valuable, and some cards are exquisitely designed, but...
Huh. Well, I guess they must pay you plenty to be General Mahamatra if you're splashing out on things like this. But really, it's fine. I'd feel bad taking Mora from a friend.
Don't feel bad. I save a lot. I can spare the Mora for this card.
You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you? You should watch that, you know. You definitely don't want to end up borrowing money in a moment of impulsivity. Living with debt is miserable.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience.
I don't want to talk about it.
In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Sino, will take this precious card, and it shall join the deck of destiny.
All right, if you insist.
Well, this is what they call all's well that ends well. Paimon wonders how the other contestants are doing.
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice from me on what to wear.
Really? Well, then, sure.
Farazan! Niru! Even Dia and Candace are here!
Candace and I bumped into these two while we were strolling through the streets. Madame Farazan here's pretty friendly.
I don't really see anything I'm familiar with. Let's go with the plain fabric as our base. And embroider...
Oh, wait a sec. You sure that's the late...
Don't worry. This style is a timeless classic.
No thanks.
Wait. Madame Farazan's right. That style, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I'll come with you to have a look.
Madame Farazan? Come quick! She's over here!
Who are you?
We're new in the academia. We saw all the amazing things you did during the competition. Do you have a...
Of course I do. And you're both...
That's great! We can't...
I'm from Haravata.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Wait, sorry. Oh, their classes are so boring, though. I'm sorry.
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
I think you're amazing, Madame Far. I can take the class you're teaching as an option, even though cross-darshan lessons might be a little tough to arrange.
I see. You're a good egg, child. Don't worry. Study.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I don't quite understand what happened there.
Traveler, Paimon.
Sorry, we can't. Oh, by the way,
I don't know where Hakai went, but she was hanging out with some other Ratahoa students.
Ratahoa students? They must be the ones who voted for her to enter the competition, right? Oh, she didn't end up winning, so Paimon wonders how they feel.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, stop it. If you're going to beat yourself up after doing as well as you did, how bad does that make us look, huh?
I didn't see the whole thing, but you were the only contestant who scored points in both the first 2 rounds, right? And I heard that you actually found the diadem first in round 3.
Aw, I just got lucky, I think.
That can't be true. You had some really stiff competition out there. The renowned Tainari from Amorta, even Sino the General Mahamatra was there. Getting points off them is a huge achievement. The way I see it, people aren't exaggerating one bit with the nicknames they give you. You are a...
Aw, thanks a lot.
Ah, come on, don't be so hard on yourself. We've decided we're taking you out to celebrate, and that's final. Let's go. Cheer up, Layla. The rest of today's all about you.
Looks like things are going well for Layla. This is great! We haven't seen Hakai since the end of the competition. Oh well, it's almost mealtime. We'd better go meet up with Kaveh and Sino now.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do. It's so nice to de-stress.
Are you sure you have enough to cover this? Don't blow it all at once.
Don't worry. I budgeted very carefully, and this is well within my means. Anyway, I've lost count of how many times you've treated me. It's high time I return the favor. Oh, Traveler, Paimon, over here!
Ooh, look at all this! Good food, here we come!
I heard that you went to see the other contestants. How's everyone doing?
Farazan found herself a student, and
Alhaitham's gone missing in action, too. Huh. The one time I'm actually in a good enough mood to treat him to a nice meal. That guy. Where the heck could he have gone? Well, whatever. He can do what he wants.
You shocked me a little when you hurled the diadem to the ground. On further reflection, of course, it made sense, but...
Sachin's voice started talking to me inside my head from the moment I picked it up. I could feel his emotions, too. He bombarded me with his ideas relentlessly. Like I was saying at the time, his views are not necessarily completely without value. But if all his research does is lead to misfortune, then we're probably better off without it.
If his forbidden research were to spread in a harmful form and cause people to suffer, the Mantra would step in and ban it.
I think you did the right thing. I suppose another way to approach it would have been to claim that you agreed to inherit his research, but give up the research as soon as you've inherited the wealth. But that wouldn't have been your style. I won't comment on his theories or experiments, but I don't believe that he was careless in his choice of candidate. He chose you. That means he knew what he was doing.
Perhaps. I just think that if you accept someone else's things, you should honor their wishes.
That's a good thing. It means that you have integrity.
Thank you, oh my god, thank you. See, you get me, Kale. It's a good thing Alhaitham isn't here right now. He'd be quick to explain why you're wrong.
Seems like you always include him in the conversation, even when he isn't here.
Yep. No dinner with Kaveh is complete without a few words about Alhaitham.
I sense that Alhaitham has in fact been here with us all along.
He's here? Where? Why didn't you tell me?
He lives rent-free in each of our hearts.
Oh, that was horrifying. It literally sent chills down my spine.
Good thing you didn't say that before we started eating. That would have killed the mood in a heartbeat.
All right, enough about Alhaitham. Tainari, did you achieve what you wanted out of the championship?
I did. In the first round, in fact. Word of mouth proved very effective. I spoke to a handful of people, they told their friends, and so on. Now, a record number of people have signed up to attend the next lecture. Oh, are you free next month? You should come along. Maybe even say a few words.
About what? I don't know the first thing about anything Amorta-related.
Just play to your strengths. For instance, you could talk about the distinguishing features of rainforest architecture, or ask everyone not to chop down too many trees the next time they're building a house.
Oh, well, that's no problem. Sure, I'll make time. Has everyone had enough to eat? I can order more if anyone's still hungry.
I'm full. Thanks. Paimon's super full, too.
Yeah, we should do this more often. Work will always be there, but seeing friends is important too. This is a good restaurant. Let's definitely come here again.
Sounds good. We should pick a few other places as backup options, though.
There are other good places around here, too? Oh, and don't forget to invite us if you go. There's nothing we love more than good food.
Kaveh, do you have plans after this?
I was thinking of maybe going to the academia for some alone time. Nothing set in stone, though. Why do you ask?
It looks like this Inter-Darshan Championship's a wrap. All that stuff with Sachin and the diadem got sorted too. Oh, right. Yeah, Sachin said that he placed his research material. It might be dang. Holy smokes, you're... All right then,
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Oh, hey, Thumb. What are you doing here? And what are you reading?
Sachin's notes? Yes. I came across his profile while I was organizing some documents and became interested in his research. If it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the fragment of his mind, and sure enough, I came here and found his research.
Wait! So, you've read it already? Are you alright?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only he could really empathize with both the calamity and the humanity that these notes seek to convey. Only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of history as bleak, the present as perplexing, and the future as pessimistic. Empathy is a double-edged sword. Empaths have many friends, and they're—
Why's that?
All important things in life involve other people. As such, it's extremely difficult to live If you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies along the way, and that reality is like the material here.
So, what are your thoughts now that you've read it?
As a scholar, Sachin he laid the blame for the darkness in the world.
So, people are—
That is not a question for me to answer. All I will say is that the world is not built on correctness alone. Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. Thus, I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies. Even Sachin himself struggled to comprehend the notion of sacrificing oneself for the greater good. But sadly, all viewpoints will find their supporters, and the way we see the world large— All right then. I got what I came for.
Wait, so you came here just to read this stuff?
A get-together? Ah, yes, that makes sense.
Guess what? Kaveh treated everyone this time.
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
And there he goes. Well, it seems like he really wasn't affected by this research. He said that someone else would answer our questions. Who do you think that'll be? Traveler, Paimon, you're already here. Nahida! Oh, and that guy. Wait, so you asked him to take part in the championship? Yes, it was me. Are you surprised? Did you know that there was something wrong with the diadem from the start? Because Sachin's research is not mistaken. These are the crystallization of his wisdom. So instead, I had Hat Guy here help me keep an eye on things.
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me that now.
Why? Don't you like it? Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle his research, or if it had brought pain to more people, he would have intervened at a suitable moment.
And after all that, the person Sachin chose turned his nose up at his life's work.
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to interact with people normally.
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you back for your help.
Nahida, what did you mean by Sachin's research is not mistaken? Put it this way instead. Some people only see the mushroom on the shroom boar's back. Others see only the shroom boar's body, and they declare that the shroom boar is a boar. Still others look deeper inside and determine that a shroom boar is— These conclusions are all correct in their own way. Paimon kinda gets it, but also not really. The world is the same way. No one, not even I included, can— Within the confines of our limited knowledge, some may blindly believe. In truth, the most important thing isn't what state the world is in now. Ultimately, my duty as the God of Wisdom is to—
That was a long speech. So what are you actually going—
Because Kaveh has the successor of this research, but even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building block of the truth. I also look forward to the day that a member—
Vahumana does. I don't remember signing up to become a scholar.
Oh boy, you think so? I hope that your studies in Vahumana I will review your final thesis myself.